I know that Keith wanted some time for some stuff, then sure, let us know if there's anything happening.
But yes, Keith is oddly enough actually up early in the morning.
Is this madness?
Yes. And she's actually also dressed in a nice suit. Really weird.
I see what you're gonna do.
Why? I wonder. I mean, I don't know. What is your plan here?
Yes. And then he walks out, gets some breakfast. He doesn't really talk so much. He seems a bit down. And then he walks off the school ground and actually meet Miss Hartfield at the bus stop.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, sure.
And then they are driving in a bus, couple of, for some time.
Oh, I know
not
what
talking.
this is about now. Okay.
Yes.
I have a good idea, but this might be about as well.
Yeah, and then they stop. They walk for a bit. And then they enter a cemetery.
Oh, no, I didn't know that was this about. Okay.
I got that.
I did.
I did not.
Yeah.
Strange. Okay.
And then he walks up to a grave. Rachel puts her hand on his head and says that I'd be right over there. And she walks away. And on the grave there stands, in the memory of a lost brother, Alexander Valentine, beloved, died way too young. And you just see Keith standing there. And that's it.
Interesting, yeah.
Quite sad.
Alright, interesting. Anybody else? I know that Lily would be spending her Sunday on repairing her bike completely. I know, I talked to him a bit about that. What about you, Freya? Because I think you have a whole lot of new ideas in your mind.
Well, she spent the previous night making her mark on her side of the dorm room. And now Sunday is going into the bathroom, finding the stall she usually uses, makes a little mark. She basically goes to finds her desk in the classroom, makes her mark. So she's pretty much marking all her things with her new tag.
It's funny because she's a dog. Also. Beautiful. Let's see. Chaos, you wake up on Sunday morning with a huge belly ache. I think you overate. Perhaps for the first time ever. You don't know what is this feeling.
For some reason I can't see any images.
Maybe you need to reload Roll20 then, because I've switched them around a bit. So you should load on
I've done it. And I'm doing it again.
Yeah, try.
You can always go and see a lovely, lovely Umbra to help with your stomach ache.
Then again, I don't think he would have a stomach ache due to his metabolism.
Oh no, you totally have a stomach ache.
Oh, fair enough. There we go, now it works.
Wonderful. Good to hear. Yeah, your stomach is hurting, not because you ate too much or too little, but because perhaps the type of food was a little too much. You feel a bit too much meat and too less other stuff, so it's all a bit stuck in there.
Probably a bit gassy.
Yeah. Constipated, I might also say.
Right. Oh dear, oh dear.
What could Chaos do to find help?
I think he's just gonna train to burn up everything.
Okay, sure. Okay, you train through the Sunday, and your calories and your stomach gets back. The motion really helps with it to wiggle all things along.
I feel bad for the toilet.
Oh yes, there was.
I feel bad for the janitor.
Yeah, I was about to say that as well. I feel bad for the janitor, not for the toilet.
Umbra, it's your duty to start now.
No. It would be a very convenient medical conference right about then if that would be her duty.
What?
It's either that or assisting Mr. Sunshine on his lecture today, on Monday. No,
I'd rather actually take Sunshine.
Okay, well, it's not that he necessarily needs you. Which, we're gonna come to Monday morning. Jack, what is your morning ritual again? You get up pretty early.
Yeah, I usually gets up pretty early, takes a shower, and heads off to breakfast. After trying and usually failing to wake up Keith.
Alright, okay, that's very fine.
Mind you, trying and failing.
Okay. As you walk through the hallway, you see this large wall poster. It's parchment paper, and someone has started filling what was before like a pencil drawing, now with colors. And
That's
there's
interesting.
the whole class actually is drawn there. You too.
Is it any good?
It is pretty good. But it could use a little bit of your personal touch. You figure, well, I mean, it is someone else's work, sure, but it is about you, so perhaps you could give some influence on that.
Well, the only thing he might actually do is draw a smile on his own face, because he's always a pretty happy guy.
Okay, yeah, sure. As everyone gathers up in the kitchen, the radio announcement is playing, saying it's gonna be a beautiful day today, folks. Another sunny day in Halcyon's most sunny city.
Cool. How can Pete have so much energy in the morning?
Ace is probably gonna just eat some more breakfast.
Lobo comes walking in, and Freya probably follows soon after. And Freya, you somehow want to tag your breakfast. How could you thematically do that?
Stupid.
Okay.
She's not gonna paint all breakfast. She's just marking like location.
Very well. Okay. Okay. Lobo starts sniffing on you and says, "You smell like paint. Are you painting that picture in the hallway?"
Nope.
Then why do you smell like paint?
Because I'm painting other places.
Anybody getting curious at that point?
Why are you painting other places? Well,
Leaving my mark.
but why?
Because some of us don't have very long to live compared to others.
Oh, come on, Lobo says. You've got plenty of years left in you.
She'll just kind of shrug at that. She knows that he's saying that because he's probably got about the same amount of years to live, so he thinks that's plenty.
Oops.
Well, to be honest, we could all die tomorrow. Let's say some supervillain comes along and the adults aren't there and we can't do anything. It's actually quite, it can happen. Better take advantage of what we have right now and just be happy, Jack says.
Way to jinx it, Chico McWaddle chimes in.
Why are you people so gloomy this morning?
Indeed, let's be happy. We're going to design our hero costumes. I want to look like a luchador.
Lucha, what?
It's
I
a
totally forgot about
Mexican
that.
wrestler.
What's a Mexican?
She
It's
rolls
another
both her eyes in
country.
opposite directions.
It's another country, I believe.
It's another race in a sense, People can be like, for example, some people are British and some people are Japanese and some people are,
Dogs.
well, no, that's another species.
Right. Freya, how do you react being called somewhere between another species and not really human?
She has expected that often.
How does it make you feel?
It kind of validates her need to leave a mark, because people don't think she's human, and she knows she's not human, and she knows she's gonna die soon, so even more important to leave something behind.
Okay.
She can't be a human, she can be a hero.
Okay. Sure. Let's see here. Freya. I'm gonna say I want to give you the insecure condition. And I'm thinking, hey, you could easily get rid of that if you tag something that actually is really important and make it your own that way.
You're just trying to make her into a little vandal, aren't you?
That's something young people have to contend with, so do your heroes.
I never did anything like that when I was young.
I lived in a low population area, so I was more the tree climbing guy. Alright, sure. Breakfast concludes, and it's time for school. As everybody leaves, the radio keeps playing. Someone forgot to turn it off. Everybody's already moved outside, and there's the announcer says, "Oh, what's that, folks? Looks like there's a situation developing in downtown." But that is all we hear because we're gonna stick with the heroes. Early before lunch, everything is normal, school business. Second week, nothing major yet. But you do know that in the afternoon it's gonna be all about designing your hero costume. And perhaps along with it a hero name if you have already thought ahead that far. With Mr. Sunshine, of course. It's gonna be exciting.
Great.
Do you want to jump right there? That moment? When class starts?
We do that.
Sure, why not?
Alright, let's jump to the school day classroom. Everybody's in class except Lily is missing.
What?
Yeah, in fact, you haven't seen her all morning. Has that something to do with her sister? She didn't tell anybody, did she?
No.
Strange. The window, as usual, is open. And the clock runs 1 minute over, 2 minutes over. You know, if your teacher's 50 minutes late, you're legally allowed to leave. However, all of a sudden, the door goes open, and in comes Mr. Sunshine. Hello, class! You expected me to come through the window, but a superhero has to mix it up to keep his enemies on tow. And the class attentive. Today, he puts a bag on his desk. Today, you are all going to design your superhero costume. Are you excited? He raises a fist in excitement. He clearly is very excited, giving you his trademark smile. Apparently the class is kind of silent. It seems they're all a bit... He looks around and says, it seems you're all a bit nervous, but don't worry. We're gonna weave that right into our normal class. I have some helpful tips on how to design your hero costume. Also, something just you want to keep in mind is, we have, and he looks at a list, 3 teams here. That is Team Ace, Team Hope, and Team Shawsome. So that means your team members, I'd say team members all gather together, because you should coordinate your costumes.
Oh.
There's some shuffling as people try and gather around their respective teammates. Devin gives you a pat on the shoulder, Keith. Let's see. Lisa sort of gets pushed in the middle and she looks kind of uncomfortable.
Yes, she
Why is
would.
everybody looking at me? So...
Luckily for you, I have a costume for her.
Indeed, that's good. That's good. Does anybody here have any thoughts about a costume so far? Wacky raises his hands and says, I want to look like a ninja.
You don't say.
I can see that our Spectral already has a costume. She just tilts her head a bit to the left and to the right. I suppose I have to. What else am I gonna wear? Now don't worry. If you ever have a costume, there's nothing wrong with improving. Anybody else here got any ideas for their future costume?
Lisa actually very super hesitantly raises her hand like it's like the most half hiding behind Ice Guy.
Oh, okay. Sure. What is your idea? Describe the costume. Idea.
Well, actually sent it to you as a picture.
I know, and I'm gonna put it up, but first describe it in words. To give everybody an imagination.
Well, she actually just presses her like 4 fingers together like she always does, still hiding behind our little our Ice Guy, which is so funny. And then she takes her school bag. So I actually have it with me. It's like black with blue and stuff.
All right. Let's see here.
She's not very eloquent with her words, mind you.
Let me put it up here in a second. It's gonna need a moment to load. Mr. Sunshine comes walking over and looks at it.
It's actually surprisingly made from surprisingly durable materials. Funnily enough.
Okay.
I wonder why.
There it is.
Cough.
It looks very interesting. But it could use some improvements. Mostly, I would say, in the boots department. There are very few heroes who can pull off combat stilettos.
I did ballet for like over 10 years. It's not very difficult.
Alright, I mean, if you want to try it, absolutely. Anybody else have ideas for their costume? Don't be shy. Wearing a costume is about putting yourself and what you stand out there with pride. Take my costume, for example. Which is what he's currently wearing.
Why do you have a mask as your belt buckle?
Because every hero needs a mask. Not on his face, because it would cover up most of my smile. See, a costume needs 3 core qualities. One is form, the other is iconography, which is like my smile. And the third one is color.
And if we don't know what we want for suit?
Then ask your teammates. This is, after all, a team effort. What do you say? Let's start with iconography first.
Well, something to do maybe with our powers, Jack says. I mean, come on, if you can control flame, you should have totally some kick-ass flames in your costume.
Yes, totally. Some awesome flames in awesome colors.
But probably also make it fireproof.
Good idea.
Yeah, that would be good.
Indeed, you already touched on all 3 qualities. Color, which is the kick-ass colors. Now, do you know what are the most heroic colors out there?
No.
Primary colors.
And
what are the primary colors?
Red, blue,
yellow, white.
Indeed, red, blue, and yellow. Now, white is a bit of a special one. If you put white in your costume, it gives it room to breathe for all the other colors. If you put black into your costume, it pulls other things together.
Yeah, like my mentor, who only exclusively wears black, Jack says.
She is a very put together lady.
would not consider her to be that. Oh my god.
Now those colors are pretty bright, and they're supposed to be, because as a hero you need to stand out.
Do we?
Indeed.
So people can see and be relieved from afar?
Indeed, a hero that can be spotted from a distance can be like a ray of sunshine. Something that takes people's fears away. They know they're about to be saved. Take you, for example, Keith. Your fire powers, they're very bright, so definitely red and yellow and orange are for you.
Red, yellow, orange.
And you wanted flames for your icon. That's pretty standard for fire. You just gotta figure out where you want to place it. Most heroes put it on their chest, others put it on their mask.
I
wonder.
Let's see. You're Team Ace together, right? You're missing someone right now.
Yes.
I hope she can be here next week. We're not gonna finish this in one session, in one lesson, but we're gonna lay the groundwork. what do you say is the symbol of an ace?
Well, when you say ace, I always think about the cards.
I actually think about the same, funnily enough.
Yeah, Keith makes, a fist towards you. Same thing.
Well, of course, Jack instantly fist pumps it, because it would be crazy not to.
Yeah, big brains, things alike. That's the saying.
Oh, man.
Ace. Yeah, like the cards.
Oh, a flaming ace.
Well, there you go.
What does Team Ace think about making an ace? And I think, well, there's 5 cards. I was thinking there's 4 of you here, but if everybody designs their ace symbol differently, that would make for a nice team composition.
Why not?
So what do you think, Chaos? You've got an unusual form, so your costume would need to accommodate for that.
I'm not sure what would fit.
Oh, sometimes heroes just use a simple mask to wrap around the head. That can count as a costume, if you want to say it like that.
I would like people to roll perception or whatever they use to notice small things.
Okay, if it's something you want to tell them or want them to let them know, then pierce the mask, roll mundane.
Well, all of us.
Yes, it seems like, sure. It seems like Chaos has something noticeable about him.
See that if they notice that a few smaller changes.
I noticed nothing.
Definitely not.
Okay,
We're
mark
both
potential though.
equally bad at this.
Oh, wow, nobody noticed it, Chaos. But
Well,
for us as the
maybe-
audience, do tell us what he is currently intimately experiencing in himself.
He has begun to change a bit more outwardsly. He used to have these smaller lumps on his shoulders. They've started to become more defined, so to speak, and has sort of started growing a tail.
Okay. Yeah, but none of them notice these subtle, well, not so subtle changes.
That and more scales have begun to form.
Good. Well,
I've lost the picture. This is very annoying. I've lost a picture.
Which one?
I had the one about Umbra that I believe, with the staff and whatnot. It's just gone.
I can send it over to you, no problem.
Thank you.
So, Mr. Sunshine looks over at you, Chaos, and he says, what would you say is your most standout feature?
Everything?
He laughs. Well, you're gonna have to pick and choose one thing to really highlight and use that as your center point for your costume. It could also be something that adds that you naturally do not have.
Like what?
How about full functional wings?
Oh, the irony.
See, I don't have wings, but I have them on my lower arms to symbolize them. That means my fists are quick. He makes like a fist punch motion forward. You can feel a breeze in the room.
Oh god.
Maybe. But would they just be images or actual wings then?
That is up to you. I'd say keep a costume practical. You know, there's an old debate going on about having a cape or having no cape. A lot of people say no cape because it gets in the way and gets stuck in things. Personally, a cape is the most comforting thing a hero can put around you after he has rescued you. It's a part of me that I can take off and give to someone in need.
I'll think of it.
Perhaps you need 2 capes, similar to what Lisa has suggested in her costume. Maybe make them a bit broader, or attach them to your arms.
Maybe.
Now, Jack, I see you're drawing there. Do you have an idea for your hero costume?
Ah, definitely.
And Jack would show an early image of his costume. You're very attuned to wind, and a wind elemental, one might say. How does that reflect in your costume?
I wanted really bright colors, you know, the blue and a bit of yellow, because I'm quite fast too. So I put some white onto it too, because you said that it, you know, it does that. And of course, you know, I have to have a bit of a capey thing. Plus, you know, I like the little feathery touches there, you see?
Indeed, it looks very...
I don't see the image.
You have a problem today with your connection to Roll20.
Yeah, definitely.
That's unfortunate. Right. How could you work an ace into that?
Well, definitely onto the throat piece.
Right. And how would you design a wind ace?
Just put, for example, Ace of Spades in there and then just put some blue stuff onto the background, you know?
Yes, like the blue stuff is flying past, or the ace is flying past blue stuff. Yeah, like a streak.
Yeah. Yeah.
What about you, Freya?
She is diligently, quietly making an outfit. I.e., I'm doing finishing touches on something.
Cool, okay, then let's quickly move on over to the other teams, since give them a bit of a spotlight. Team Chawsome is currently getting convinced by Chico McQuaddle that they should go as a lucha, as like a wrestling troupe. To which they all have their own opinions on. It seems they're pretty set on their costume ideas, but they have problems, you know, color coordinating it together or making it a common theme. If you as players had any idea what Chawsome would look like, let me know. But I guess it's kind of hard from the name.
Let's... Yeah, what would she wear?
Well, Maximilian definitely wants a top hat, and Wacky wants to look like a ninja. Spectral says she already has a costume, but she's willing to make, you know, color changes to it. And Holly is seemingly not really, is kind of tagging along because she has no concept of color.
Well, it's difficult to find a good wrestling comp, so to speak. I mean, she could just go for a diva outfit.
She wants something that is that fits over her face, but leaves her eyes open. Probably something that is blue and orange. But that has space for her hair. While they're arguing, and we might be looking, what about Team Hope? What do you think your friends are up to discussing?
Well, it would make sense to go maybe with blue-ish or something. I don't know. Lisa said. She likes blue and elegance and this kind of stuff, and they're all pretty elegant anyway.
Jennifer would be up for any color. I mean, just look at her hair.
Oh, Mr. Sunshine says, blue is actually a very good color associated with hope.
Then why not?
Would Lobo be interested in a blue jacket, or would he like to stick it with orange?
He's super happy with anything. He just wants to be a team.
Okay. Now what symbol would be there for hope?
Star? So.
Wings.
Dog, 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 dog!
Puppy?
How about
Puppy with wings and a halo.
How about a dog with wings and stars? Kind of like a star dog. No copyright
Well,
infringements.
I guess it could work.
Yeah, let's do it.
Devin. What would Devin think about a hero costume? Since he's got a legacy of sorts, he probably knows a lot more about what kind of costume he would want or not want.
Well, different from his father. As long as he's different from his father, it's gonna be a bit of, another finger to him. He's gonna be happy.
Yeah. So Devin is noting that he doesn't really want to have blue as the color because that's too close to his father's. And we see Mr. Sunshine put a hand on his shoulder and he says, "It is all right, Devin. Your father knows a lot about hero costumes, and in his mind, he is giving this city hope. So do not dismiss an entire color just because your father is wearing it."
Lisa actually might just kind of shuffle close to him and says, like, maybe you should make it yours. Wear it better?
Wear it better. That can work.
Alright. I know that Freya is drawing her costume. How much time do you think you need to draw this?
I am done. I will send it to you.
That's awesome. Okay, nice. Let's save it for. Yeah. Right. Right, so that is sort of the costume that Freya would suggest to her team she wants to look like. Let's put it a bit down here. Yeah, nice. She was looking to make her dog tag. Haha, see what I did there? Part of the costumes back.
That's just for her. She's not letting anyone else have that part. She'll decon the front of her, to the side. She'll kind of doodle like a kind of a necklace that she would wear that has, it's like a card, so it matches them. And then she's going with the idea that Jack kind of had he has sashes coming down, so she also has kind of a sash and clothing coming down, trying to keep that theme.
Yeah, Chaos, how about wearing a sash?
Just the regular sash.
Sure, or
Just a
something similar.
Huh?
I mean, you could wear other stuff on top of or beneath that, but as one fitting seam.
Maybe, yeah.
What about you, Keith? How about a sash?
No, a sash would just get in the way.
True. What was your ace symbol gonna look like, Keith? Did we talk about that?
A flaming ace.
Right. You got the flaming ace, the wind ace. Chaos, what about your ace? Maybe one with wings, or what could work?
Ace made from scales.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea. And
Something?
Rhea wanted to go with the classical card symbol of like an ace.
Well, so if everyone's doing that, she'll have it where it's kind of like a pendant / necklace that kind of keeps close to her, like wrapped close around her neck, so that way it doesn't dangle around. Then she'll kind of put little like dog ears on it, and then there's a small chain at the bottom of the card that has like a little doggy tail, so it
that's
wags
awesome.
when she moves.
I like that. Let's see. Save that here for you. Yeah.
Roll20 does not like me at all at the moment.
Hopefully it fixes till next week.
Well, that's called
Yeah.
karma for when you nearly kill 2 people.
It's just not letting
How
that
is
one
that
go, huh?
calm?
Yeah.
I'm gonna try and reboot the PC fast. I'll be back in a minute or two.
And that is the idea of that Keith is having. Going fire themed. Of course, with all the ace and such and the little additions. Great. You better write your custom descriptions down as well. And perhaps send them to me on Skype later, once you've finished them off, so that I have them and I can enrich the environment with them. Because your costumes might be attracting people's attention. Other people might get talking about them and identifying you by your costumes. Now, one last thing that isn't a good idea is here talking about masks. Not the game, the actual masks. Of course, Mr. Sunshine actually suggests not to go with veils because it's going to hinder your breathing and it can get really unenjoyable over long fights. They look cool, but they tend to get tend to make your breathing harder. Of course, a lot of heroes like to wear full masks as to keep their identities completely disguised. Others just disguise their eyes as a token effort, or others go with a hood. That's also pretty common. What do you heroes want?
Lisa will just use the blue scarf to kind of cover her face, like the lower part of her face, that's it.
That works.
And Jack would likely have just a full white mask with a blue stripe on one side.
That's nice. Keith, if you're going by that design, you would wear a helmet.
Exactly.
Good. What about you, Freya?
Freya does not wear a mask.
That's fair enough. If you don't want to wear a mask, that's fine. It would be harder if you have, an oddly shaped head. I think Haos wouldn't want to wear a mask either because he has horns in it. Although,
Not quite hornets yet.
well, I mean,
Starting to
a
develop.
helmet might be difficult, but what about just a mask around your eyes?
That might work.
Think about it.
Yeah.
At that moment, Mr. Sunshine is getting a phone call.
Hmm?
You hear a beep in his pocket, and he takes it on. He says, "Sunshine." And his face actually becomes a bit more serious. Escaped, you say?
I want to try and hear what is being said.
Okay. See what kind of move that would be.
Assess the situation.
Sure. Roll to assess the situation.
Yes.
You get over there. Assess the situation.
And that's with a -2.
Right. Ask one question from the list in a way that helps you.
Yeah, I'm bringing it up. Up again. Okay. Here's the base threat since he's talking about something escaping.
Yeah, you hear for a moment, and then he says, "I just put Scorched Earth behind bars. There should be no way he could get out of that. Nobody else escaped?" And then yes, I mean, I will be right there, but I have a class right now. What do you mean I am the teacher? Oh, keep them busy. Yes, I understand. All right, class. He puts on the phone, takes the phone away, and says, "It seems there has been a break-in into the Hero Association, and some artifact of sorts was stolen."
Wait, isn't the Hero Association one of the most secured places in the city?
Yes, indeed, Keith, it is. Which is why I am needed to on the scene. But you can help too. It turns out the item stolen was a copy orb. He opens up the window.
What is a copy orb?
I want you to go downtown. There's a situation developing in the shopping mall. It's the big one. The Luminosa
I
one.
would like to do a Pierce the Mask on him because at the moment Chaos is like, no, you're bullshitting.
Alright, pierce the mask.
Damn it.
This is serious, Hayas. In fact, you should take a
Damn
market
it.
condition.
Which one?
Your choice. How do you react to this information? No.
Angry, maybe.
Okay, yeah, somebody is messing with it, and I mean, perhaps you think Mr. Sunshine is lying and it makes you angry. Sure, you know, that's your interpretation of the situation. He says, but since you are on official hero business, you're gonna need to a temporary costume. And he opens up his bag and takes out what is essentially a little Mr. Sunshine stylized headband that covers your ears. Your eyes, not your ears. Take these and go out there with a smile. He puts them on the teacher's table and then he jumps out of there.
I think he's lying.
And I think you're wrong. Yes, Keith stands up and walks over to take one of the headbands.
Now here's something of a theme. As long as you're wearing these headbands, once per encounter, you can actually smile to remove a condition. If you are, you know, under strain, stress, or fire. Because there is some method behind Mr. Sunshine smiling. It's good for you.
Right. We should head downtown to see what it is we need to handle. Then, as Keith looks down, we should probably change out of our school clothes.
Yeah.
Might be a good idea to do that.
That's what Hayes would whisper to Freya. Fair enough.
Freya will get up and she'll say, the adults told us what we have to do, so we should go do it.
We are agreeing on something this time. Wonderful.
She'll take one of the masks, but she refuses to put it over her face because she doesn't wear masks, but she'll kind of like tie it around her neck.
That works. Totally. You can choose how to wear your costume.
I guess Jack will just put it over his arm because he also has his costume ready. Lisa has somehow managed to, at some point, to switch her clothes as well.
Yeah, it's the mythical, hero costume switch, Back in the day, they used phone booths, but those went out of style with smartphones. So heroes had to find new ways of doing that. Starbucks toilets are pretty popular now. There's one every corner.
Well, kinda true.
Yeah, coffee shops. They're the new heroes switching costumes. Places. Alright. We, the audience, get a view of the shopping mall, which is supposedly in peril. It's huge and crowded right now. This is perhaps a few minutes earlier, perhaps an hour or two earlier. We zoom in on some, what would you call it? A bakery, a pastry shop. All the delicious little pieces are on display. Yeah,
I can't see images still. Now I can.
Now you can, wonderful.
I have to reload every time we swap frame.
That's a shame. And we see we see a woman behind the counter wearing a baker's outfit. She's got brown hair and brown eyes. She's just putting new timing in an oven. She's looking somewhat like this. Just maybe a bit older.
Oh, wow.
Yes, it is indeed Yvette.
Yeah, I thought so.
Indeed, she wanted to become a pastry chef, and she's made good on that. There's a few people in the bakery. It has some outside sitting areas. Actually, not so much inside, but outside is lots of sitting space. It's a sunny day, so people are outside, not inside. We see her from the front sort of working. We can see over the counter towards the windows in the front. And a couple pairs of cat eyes peek up from below the window and they raise up.
Oh, God.
Yvette, you hear the door to your bakery open up. It has a little chime that plays when someone opens the door.
She'll do the usual welcome.
As you welcome and look around, you notice that nobody's entered. Nobody you can see. Maybe you've misheard, and the oven behind you beeps. You should take care of that. Timing is important after all.
Exactly. Don't want to burn the goods.
You walk into the back room to open up the oven, taking out the baked goods, and you hear some what would you call it? The chiming of cutlery? Someone's making noise.
She'll pull her stuff out, place it on top of the oven, and trot out to see what's going on.
All right. Roll me 2d6. 9. All right. All right. You find someone, a small group of people looking exactly like this, perhaps triplets, grabbing and snatching as many pastries as they can. They see you and they dart out of the bakery with cat-like reflexes.
Cat people.
One of them turns around and makes a gentle "nya" gesture as he disappears out of the store.
She'll kind of put her hands on her hips and give a little huff. She says, "Third time this week, I'll get you eventually."
Yeah, there has been one of these cat burglars around, but now that you look outside, there's a bit of a catastrophe going on. There's more of him. A lot more of him. About 3, 4, 5 dozens pestering people, running off with people's handbags, stealing clothing, anything that isn't nailed down.
Well, damn.
Striker's not gonna like this.
No, he's not.
Do you think we honestly can handle this, guys? Jack actually asked, because like head ripping out each way while he's on the sky. It's just kind of like.
Yeah, I think you're heroes. You're arriving on the scene right now. Sure.
Yeah. That's a lot of cat people.
The other teams have split up because this catpocalypse has spread to other areas, and they're trying to, split up to cover more ground. You look down and you see hundreds of this person. They all look like him, all wearing the same costume.
Probably not. Could be just copies of him.
Well, let's try. The Jack will just send a wind blade next straight to one of the copies. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, you can just do that. You don't even have to roll because there's so many of them, and they're not necessarily. Here's what happens: you slash down the blade, and the cat people fly off in all directions as you slash at them. But they don't disappear or poof into air. They are actually, meowing hurt.
Meowing.
Jack kind of looks like horrified. It's like, you can't deal with this.
But if only there was a hero there to try and restore order and righteousness to this place. Someone to lead our young heroes in this hour of need.
I guess we just try and just jump down to land among them, just start hitting them over the head to knock them out as smoothly as you can.
Alright, very well. You're trying to get a grip as many cat people. They're very quick and agile, so you're having trouble getting a hold of them. Someone just puts his hands, jumps onto your back and holds his hands over your eyes so you can't see anymore. And you're quickly overwhelmed by a pile of cat people that you're trying to barrel into.
Hey Keith, let's contain them, Jack says, because obviously fire plus air. Easy peasy.
But they're all over the stores.
No, on house. They piled down there, now it's a chance.
True. Let's give it a shot.
Actually, let's start the team pool here at the moment, because this seems like you're actively entering the scene now.
Well, I give one anyway.
All right. Are you the leader? You sound like you're calling the
Doesn't
shots.
even matter.
Yeah, but are you the leader?
I don't know. Up to them.
Who wants to be the leader?
Chaos is not the leader, that's for sure.
Yes, apparently Jack is the leader.
Apparently so. So yes, add extra team to the pool.
Do you have influence over everyone else in the team?
I don't think so. Sadly.
I think only Lele and Freya have over Chaos.
Yeah, he has over Lily and Keith and Lisa, of course, but he doesn't over Freya and Eos.
Does everyone have the same purpose in this fight?
Yeah, contain the cat-tastrophe.
Alright, what is Hias going to try to do in this fight?
He's
the cats.
trying to stop them. If you say stop them and keep them like that general, that would work. When I add another team here.
He's just gonna bash him over the head to knock him out.
I'm sure nobody has any reasons to mistrust Jack at this point.
No, not Jack.
No, not Jack, but Keith.
Yeah, and Hias and Freya.
Uh,
No, Jack pretty much trusts everyone else in his team. He feels that they're all like good people, pretty capable as well.
Questions
But
if
that's
they
because
trust you.
he wasn't there last night.
Alright. People might can
His
spend
opinion might have changed.
team at any point to give someone else a +1. And of course you have in fiction to narrate how you assist them in the move that they just did.
So yeah, let's if Jack and Keith then work together to contain the cats and Chaos, which are piloted, and Chaos can take care of them. Because now they're contained and can't dodge anymore unless they want to be burned to a crisp.
And Keith, you called the Chaos bad.
Well, you're
Hey, it's just
containing...
containment.
Hey, the fire is not that hot.
Yeah, it's just containing them.
It's containing them. They're not going to die from going through it.
Well, they might. You know, there's a wind cyclone after all, like right over it, so boosting the flames.
Yeah, the
Just a
flames
bit.
are being pulled upwards. It's like a flame tornado. Just not as extreme and deadly. Well under control.
More like the flame pillar, and it's very well controlled.
Okay. I'm gonna let that go for now, alright. You keep that under control. You see a horde of cats armed with pastries running away from a woman that looks like a hero dressed in green.
Well, they're another hero. What can we do? Sorry, but I'm
Wait.
well already containing this.
Doesn't that look like the Danger Ranger?
Yeah, actually a bit does. But hey, she's like a superhero. You know, she was even in the movie and everything. She can handle herself.
No, the Danger Ranger is a movie.
It's not a hero, it's just a movie. Person looking like a movie. That is hilarious.
Maybe I've misunderstood. Jack is kind of like a bit like, huh? Oh well. But think Chaos can manage? Can you keep the fire going if I go after him? After her?
Yes, I can keep the fire going. Just as long as I'm not getting attacked by cats. People. Men, people. Whatever
Most
they
likely
are.
what Jack would do is he would give a hand up to Freya so that they could fly after the Danger Ranger.
Freya does not accept help.
No,
She can
it's
make it her
just
own.
let's just go faster. Come on. And besides
I'm actually curious. How does Freya react to cats?
She doesn't particularly like them, but she's not like, wow, 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 wow.
It was just a thought that
Lobo
crossed
is
my mind.
really- I can see Lobo just running around.
Yeah, but let's focus back on that scene. Jack is trying to get Freya a lift, but Freya's like, I can make it there on my own.
Okay, suit yourself. He doesn't want to argue anyway. He's just like gives her a friendly smile and like zooms away. after the Danger Ranger.
How's
And he
Freya
shouts
keeping up?
like he shouts at Chaos and Keith like, "You're gonna do it! You're awesome!" You clearly have your team leader's full trust.
Freya, how do you keep up with the sprinting away Jack and
No, Jack is flying, remember?
yeah, the dashing away, flying away Jack? How do you keep up?
She'll kind of focus the nano machines in her legs to try and at least she's not going to be the fastest, and she's certainly can't keep up with a super fast Righteous Ranger, but she won't fall too far behind. Eventually they'll have to stop. She'll catch up.
Okay. Let's keep a moment focused longer on Chaos and Keith here, since they're currently very much engaged while the other are chasing. The cats are not going to jump through the fire, and but they're still not subdued in any way. They're sort of, you can swing all you like, Chaos. There's so many of them. In fact, does it look like they're getting more there? I could swear they are.
He's kind of getting sick of them becoming more and more.
In fact, it seems like they're dropping in from above. It's raining cats and dogs out here. Well,
Wait,
not
and dogs?
It's not dogs, no, that's just the saying. But certainly it's raining cats.
From the ceiling.
Yes, Keith, you'll notice your sunglasses are missing now. You had a pair of sunglasses, right? You had it in your pockets.
Dude, the fire stops as Keith begins to look around for the sunglasses.
You see one really cool cat riding on top of one of those mall carts, just driving off, giving you a salute.
Get back here, you damn thief!
Now, here's a problem. You didn't concentrate on the fire anymore, right?
Yes,
The fire is
exactly.
going to go out on its own. You notice that the fire is jumping over people. You could chase after your glasses, or you could try and control the fire.
Wait, the fire is going to hurt other people? Did you say?
It's a popular mall. People are trying to get away from the cats, and you've contained them right now, but you don't want to hurt the cats, do you? They could burn. Chaos will be fine.
So?
But they aren't. They're people, right?
God damn it.
Keep in mind, assessing the situation always can be helpful here in finding ways to deal with things.
Well, then I'm going to try to assess the situation.
Just a quick reminder, or also pierce the mask if you're dealing with more of a single opponent. But these are multiple opponents all being the same.
Nope,
Oh well,
nope.
mark potential, I guess. You're
Yes,
having
that
lots
was-
of failed rolls today. Good.
Yes, that was. Now I have full potential.
So,
Oh, well.
either way you choose, you're gonna mark a condition. If you run after your sunglasses, you're gonna have to mark guilty. If you keep control over your powers, you're gonna mark insecure, because you didn't really feel the same without your glasses.
Yeah, I'm gonna mark insecure. I'm already guilty.
Yeah, so you wouldn't, based on that, you wouldn't want to leave.
Yeah. I'm gonna keep the fire under control. But mark my words, I'm gonna find those sunglasses again.
I think Chaos has had enough of them multiplying, so to speak,
Yeah.
and starts to bit from last session a bit of a favorite and rerun, maybe, sort of. He kind of starts to smoke with his veins starting to glow a bit more like they did last time.
Okay.
Why do I have a really bad feeling about this?
Because it's his.
Yeah. And basically, he's just gonna be like, enough!
Yeah, you have a lot of
basically
cats
just-
at your attention. All of them poking up like from a
Yeah.
pile.
Very
Heads up,
much.
get perked.
Let's see if he can basically just shut down whatever powers they have by
Okay,
just sending out his
unleash.
pulse.
I think you're directly engaging though, because you're trying to stop them in particular. Yeah. So roll directly engage. Alright, choose one. This is interesting.
I take away something from them. I'll take away their ability to become more.
Okay, indeed. You hear police sirens outside. Seems like they're rolling on with like their old bobby cars, which can hold like a lot of people to throw them into. However, as you do this, the cats get terrified and their claws dig into your skin. Mark a condition. They're sharp. They're really sharp. They can even go through your thick skin. That's what cats have.
Now
Listen.
that is what I call like, what the hell?
Lisa's explosion can't do jack shit, but a couple of cat nails can.
He wasn't directly exploded. He stood near the explosion.
Still, with
I gotta go with it. He's not invulnerable. Come on. Those heroes are
I thought he
boring.
was pretty damn invulnerable.
Yeah, sure, but he didn't choose resisting or avoiding a blow, so I have to make a move.
he basically just, okay, that's it. I think I'll pick insecurity since it fails, since his skin that has shown itself to be so resilient before just.
As they just find these cats seem to have that tendency of finding just the wrong place to put their claws.
Mm-hmm.
And they're in a bit
I
of a
think I'll
panic.
just try to just smash them then.
You have continuously knocked them out, and you end up knocking all of them out. Which brings us back to the chase that's going on. Righteous Ranger, what's your plan to bring as many of these pastry thieves to justice?
Well, first she radioed Stryker to let him know about the situation. And then, she's going to... She's probably just gonna kind of run around and, every time she's basically just gonna run around the perimeter. Anytime she sees someone doing something, one of the cats doing something naughty, she'll probably just smack them away. Because she doesn't have a means to contain them herself. She's never really been that person. So instead, she's waiting for the police to come. She's gonna try and, if she sees something, she might wrap it. If there's a cable, she'll wrap them in that, or, get them stuck in some kind of netting. Oh, there's a sports place, slam a net on them.
Yeah, exactly. You catch a few of them. You notice that there's a gust of air, and Jack is arriving on the scene. Now, you've never seen that boy, but he looks like a hero. He just materializes from the thin air.
She will kind of say to him, greetings, young hero. Make sure the police find these ne'er-do-wells.
She's just like in the movie.
Yeah, he's just like in the movie, and you'll find that Jack has basically, his eyes are basically shining, and he's like, of course, ma'am. And suddenly you'll probably find a gust of wind that manages to kind of gather the cats into one thing before the air is just distinguished onto the area, like underneath the thing. And of course that works, because no air, unconsciousness.
That's me.
Okay,
Hey,
the cats
it's
pass
safe.
out.
A, it's completely not really safe, and B,
Yeah,
it's safe.
about safeness. Roll me to unleash your powers. Oh my, okay. Yes,
Why
your
can't I ever succeed in anything?
mark potential. Your gust of air gathers cats and people indiscriminately and puts them all out of commission for the time being. Oh
Well,
dear.
hey, no one's harmed at the end of the
Yes, nobody's getting harmed, but a lot of people are unconscious and someone will have to sort through them.
Oops.
Yeah, he looks like super duper, like, oops.
The gust of air also gathers potted plants, small items that the cats had on them, handbags, like these, like, what do you call them? When people have, like, weather vanes, but just for shops with advertisement on them. It all piles it all together. So there's a huge pile of people, objects, and cats. Catman. Freya, along your way, you come across a whole bunch of entrapped cat people who are trying to claw their way out. What do you do? If nobody takes care of them, they're just gonna entangle themselves. Detangle themselves and run away and cause more problems.
She will. This is certainly not her forte.
Keep in mind,
is it just cat people in there?
Yes, they seem to be. Someone had a good job picking his or her targets.
Okay, so guess Freya will directly engage them.
Okay. What do you actually do?
She's basically gonna try and kinda hit them in the head to knock them out.
Okay, karate chop them. Very well. Roll to directly engage them. Pick one.
She will take their consciousness.
Alright. You knock them out one by one. However, one of them is just playing, knocked out, and he opens up its eyes behind you, and he lunges forward, snatching your eye patch from you.
She quickly raises her hand to her eye.
Do we, the audience, see what is there? Or not?
For a brief moment, between her hair as it kind of falls where the cloth used to be, it looks completely metal, and there's a small red light, but then she covers it up.
Cyborg power!
She is the Terminator.
I'll be back.
Okay, you can see the cat thief jump towards with quick bounces to one of the balconies, waving your eye patch like a trophy. All the other ones are knocked out, but this one seems to be a bit special. You see also holding a strange medallion around his neck. It's pretty big, and before you know it, a burst of cat people splurges out from him.
She's going to avoid those. She's going right for that one.
Oh, that is relatively easy to avoid. They're all going for him, yelling, "Mine, mine, mine," and they're trying to grab the globe that's hanging around his neck. Some other cat manages to grab the globe, and then more cats splurge out from that cat, who then again turn on the bearer of that globe. They're all trying to steal it from each other. You burst through the wave of cats that are clinging to the balconies and perched up on small ledges. if you want to make it through them, do you have a power that can make it through them? I know you're the bull. Might be something that applies. Because they're in their way.
Alright. She will snarl really loud to provoke them with threats to basically stand still for a moment.
Yes. And I see you have a little pet that helps you. Come on, Lucky. Your skull medallion. They seem to recognize, and you're going to get a +1 to that roll.
Okay, and then I'm also going to use I've got a head I don't need to roll with my danger instead of my superior.
Very well. Full hit.
Bam!
So you want them to make way. Yes, you scare them away. And you reach the one who's holding
And then
the
she's
orb.
going to grab her. And she'll go to snatch it. Is it like, does it have a connection to it, or is it just an orb?
It has a chain around it, so he wears it like a necklace.
Yeah, so she'll grab it by the chain.
Alright, you grab it by the chain. Okay. What is something you always wanted more of?
More of her marks, I guess.
Okay, yeah. You grab the chain, you hold it in hand, and you realize you're falling. Because you grab the chain and it just so happens that you're now going downwards really fast. Whoops. He was really high up.
Do I still have the orb, or is he coming with me?
You have the orb in your hands. You snatched it from them, and they are not daring to jump after you. Hayos and Keith, you're also arriving on the scene, catching up to them, and you see Freya falling from at least the 13th store of a skyscraper.
That's no good.
Okay,
That's no good.
Hayes is gonna try and defend.
But tell me, how can you help her? How can you defend her?
He's gonna basically climb up as far as he can before to meet her halfway, and then just jump out and catch her and take the hit, basically.
That works. If it works.
Here's to hoping.
You realize as you start climbing that you're way too slow to,
Unless people want to boost that with 2 T's. Teams.
Sure. I mean, if Freya and Keith can totally help you along in some way. I mean, Freya's coming towards you real fast, actually.
Freya couldn't. She's basically like fetal positioned. She's with her back to the ground. She's just preparing to take the hit to her back, but keep the orb like in her arms so the cats won't grab it.
Right.
Jack, Keith.
Well, even if I help, it will not be enough to save her.
I mean, if Freya spends a team by making herself into a position where she's very, savable, that would put it up to a 6. And if someone else helps, that puts it up to a 7, which means it's a hit.
Oh, I understand it like she didn't.
No, yeah, she's preparing to take the powerful blow herself. She doesn't necessarily know they're there.
Which is fine. If you can't help her in fiction, then, that's how it is. We're gonna have to live with that.
Damn it.
All
Would have
right.
succeeded if not for insecure.
Yeah. You were just hesitating a moment. It's like, oh, can I do this actually? Freya, then take the powerful blow as you crash into the ground.
Okay.
I would just end up burning you.
It's just sad that I'm not really there, because
Yeah.
otherwise I could have just caught her with wind, but no.
Or just boosted Chaos up. I mean, he's durable this whole hell.
Or that.
Okay. So if I subtract points, I put -1 and it'll subtract it.
You actually add them because each condition adds a plus 10. But if you subtract
what?
something, then add minus, yeah.
Okay, yeah, because I have I am not my body, so I can subtract at most 2 points if I have conditions. So treat it like I don't have any conditions.
Okay.
Up to 2. So I have 1 right now, so then I'll subtract, so that way the math.
You're fine, actually.
Oh.
Okay. Tell us how you're fine. How is that possible? And mark condition. Not condition, potential.
Yeah. So she kinda was preparing, and so she bristled the fur on her back and focused all of her thoughts on making sure that was kinda hardened. And so the fur kind of took the impact.
Okay. There's a little plap, and you land on one of your tags. And all along the buildings, there's like plop, 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 more and more tags pop up. Moments later, you open up your eyes since you survived the fall perfectly healthy. You look around, you see these your dog symbols popping up all around you. Tell me how Freya feels about that.
Since she kind of saw that the cat boy kept making more of himself, she figures, and then she remembered Mr. Sunshine mentioning something about some copy artifact or something. She kind of doesn't get why it's not more copies of herself, but she's actually happy with that, and she doesn't mind her tags just kind of plopping around. Better than more cat boys.
Wherever you look, they pop up. This is pretty awesome. Remove a condition.
She's gonna look at Keith.
What?
Keith, you suddenly have actually roll me a 1d10. Actually, you know what? This sounds like a directly engagement, actually, before you do it. Freya, directly engage Keith. It's not an engagement in the fisty punch fight, but, against you. Okay. Keith, you can defend yourself. If you succeed this defense roll, then you can subtract -2 to that, which would put it to a 6 and make it a miss.
Well, what can I... Well, there is always a chance, considering I have -3 to it.
You kind of... But first...
Hey, I have -3 to it as well.
No,
God.
Okay. Now roll me a D10. You find out where on your body part you have a doggy mark.
Well, it's good he's fully clothed.
Yes, it would be on top of the clothes, though. Not on your
Well, the clothes
unless there's skin there.
Well, the loaf is always disposable.
Indeed. Let's see here. Body locations. Actually a D20. Roll again. There's more body location.
18.
You have it on your head.
Great. Now I suddenly got as a 2 on my head.
And 1 on your abdomen. I count the 1d10 as well. on your butt.
Well, hopefully no one is seeing that.
Freya, this is incredible.
Yeah, she's going to kind of keep looking around, but she's gonna make sure the cat boys don't show up. Have the cat boys disappeared now? Or...
That's an interesting question. Let me roll here real quick to find out if or not. 50 plus, yes, they have disappeared, except for the original. No, oh no. They're now jumping on you from up above, lunging themselves from the sky. Cats can land pretty well. So they're trying to get the orb still. They're yelling, mine, it's ours, we took it, it's mine. Mine, no, it's mine, it's mine. Everyone for himself.
Freya's gonna kind of
engage them.
Freya's gonna roll out of the way, so when they land down, they're gonna hit hard concrete. And she's gonna try and keep the orb away from them.
They're pretty elegant. They seem to have that cat-like grace to them as they land and roll off over their shoulders. You know what? But since you're all there, I don't think they're gonna pose much of a threat now that they've stopped multiplying. And you can round them up and keep them there until the police arrive, and Righteous Ranger, of course. Or does she? What do you think?
She
could slip away unnoticed now that the threat is banned.
She'll make sure that once the police arrive, she'll slip away.
Jack, since you've spent some time with her, roll me Pierce the Mask on Righteous Ranger. If you want to.
Ooh.
It's an opportunity.
Ooh. Damn right. My Monday isn't very good though.
Okay, now you have no idea who this mysterious ranger is.
I have full potential now.
Congratulations. And Righteous Ranger's identity is kept.
See what niceness I can get.
Sounds like the other heroes have also managed to contain their parts of the cats as... Let's see. Who of the teachers would like to show up? What do you guys think?
Umbra.
I'm thinking Umbra as well.
Alright, Umbra. How would she react to her students having a job well done? I suppose all the students have gathered up at the mall still, answering questions to the police.
She just comes from the shadow in her full regalia, just looks quite surprised that they've done so well. And she would of course come to them and ask, so how did you do?
We caught them?
Keith is momently staring into a window, looking at his own reflection.
Why is he doing that? Is anyone curious? I suppose one of you could notice that. But only one of them.
Wait a second, is that Umbra?
Yes, that is Umbra.
Remind me again why she is teaching in the school. She's scary as fuck.
She is a friend of Miss Hartfeld, of course.
And of course, she's a brilliant medic.
Also, that's how I imagine her face when she noticed it was a job well done.
Not bad, yeah.
Well, I guess that's well enough done. I take it all the cat people have been rounded up.
Alright.
Yes.
She actually asks.
Freya, you notices that Keith is looking at his face and he has your tag still on his face.
Her facial expressions remain stoic, but her tail is lightly wagging.
Also, Umbra, you notice there's incredible amount of dark, graffiti all over these buildings. Where do you think those came from?
You gotta tilt her head. It's like, who's been tagging these buildings?
Yeah, I would like to know that too. You know, as he turns around.
the big reveal turn.
Well, it is quite simple to find out, and Umbra would actually just call Stryker. It's like,
oh yeah, this is when Stryker would arrive. Sure, I mean, he probably should have arrived sooner, but I totally forgot. Sorry about that.
Yeah, that's fine.
Was focused on our heroes.
You're
Now
here.
I just need to figure out which suit does he have this time.
Well, suit or no suit, point being is that Umbra wants to know who the hell's been tagging everything.
I think he probably come in basically in a business suit, more or less. Just casual clothes.
Wait a minute. This tag was on Freya's costume, wasn't it?
Yes, she kind of drew that for you.
Freya? Why does this tag look so much like the symbol you drew on your costume?
She'll say it probably has to do with the artifact. I'm sure it'll go away once the artifact is properly returned to where it is and its power can't work anymore. She secretly hopes that it doesn't.
Umbra wants to pierce your mask.
I mean, you can just, you don't have to roll. You're an adult, you have influence over her. You can just ask her a question, and she can, of course, reject you as a player character, as a hero.
Have you been tagging half the city and half the school? Have you been just tagging around the city and the school?
Because it's just wherever I look. I figured tags are better than multiple cat boys.
Detention!
I agree.
Detention until every single tag is removed. You're on cleaning duty until then.
Then I'll be in detention forever.
Actions have consequences, don't they?
They do. Glad you think my heroics are worth detention.
Yeah, but with your heroic, you graffitied the entire mall.
Better than cat boys. Do you want random cat boys stealing things, or just black marks everywhere?
Wait a
You
minute,
understand that
that
A,
reminds me of something. Where are the cat boys currently?
The police have been on the scene for a while, gathering up all the entangled cat boys. I'm sure one or two or a dozen have managed to flee, but you've got a great lot of them.
Wait, I'll be right back. As you know, he makes his fist like he's wanna hit someone with them as he walks over to them. Now, which one of you took my sunglasses?
You do find one with sunglasses on, but they're not yours. I didn't take anything. I don't know what sunglasses you're talking about, he says, clearly wearing the sunglasses.
But the sunglasses aren't mine.
Yes. I might know the guy who has taken some sunglasses that look totally like yours if you were to, let me go.
Yeah, forget it.
Hey.
And he makes Mr. Sunshine smile, cause true heroes never let the bad guys go.
You smile, and you can remove a condition if you have one.
Yes, insecure. I needed to do that because now I'm gonna generate some burn.
It gives you confidence.
Yes, I'm not insecure anymore. And now I need to generate some burn.
We see in the background Freya. This is called basically going on while Freya and Umbra are arguing about detention. And
it's not even an argument anymore. She just says, there's such a simple thing at the end of the day.
God damn it.
Remove the tags, and instead you can use chalk onto the ground. It will wash away, but at the same time, you get to tag to your heart's content.
Well,
Okay, let's focus back on Keith for just a moment. You've generated burn, but mark a condition, right?
Yes. Hey, thank God I removed that condition before, because I'm gonna use elemental awareness.
Alright, to find your glasses, huh?
Spend 1 burn and mark a condition. Open up your mind up to the world around you with your powers. You can ask anyone question about the world around you, and the GM will answer honestly. Right. The thing is, Keith stands and actually quite holding his hands out to the side, and it's like small energies, or more like flames, jumps off him and begins to, spread out through the city. And the question is, where are his sunglasses?
There's a palm tree here in the mall where that has your sunglasses on a coconut. Like the coconut is wearing your sunglasses, and someone has drawn a smiley face on it.
Great!
It's the coolest coconut in the city right now.
Of course it has my sunglasses.
Yeah.
I'm retrieving my sunglasses. All that for a bunch of sunglasses.
Yes, the Hero Association has sent some delegates with hazmat suits and tongs to take the orb back into a secured container. You let them, Freya?
Yes.
Okay. That using the tongs to remove the amulet from your head from your basically neck without touching it and putting it into the container that then hisses shut. Okay, about that detention and Chalk though. Roll me to take a powerful blow, Freya. I know it's your second one today, but in a way you're in big trouble. Choose one from the list 7 to 9 and interpret what it means to you in this situation.
Okay. She will take 2 conditions. She is angry at Umbra for the fact that she did good. She saved the day, but she still gets detention because she accidentally left marks in the wake. And
no accidents there.
Then she feels hopeless because she feels like no matter what she does, the adults always think she's not doing it right. She's not doing it correctly. Will she ever be a hero?
Funnily enough, Umbra is quite happy with what you've actually done with the cat people. She's just not happy with your tags.
The teen angst is real in Freya right now.
Lots of hormones.
Alright, beautiful. Now, Alexander shows up. I guess, you know what? Alexander was the one who brought in the specialists to secure this thing properly. He probably has the technology for that.
Yeah, you could definitely say that.
How would you
He's mostly
describe Alexander
just
right now?
clothed in business attire, sort more or less.
Umbra's actually really happy to see him. And the shadows melt away until she's in her usual lab coat and whatnot, and the staff is gone, and she actually comes to hug him, funnily enough. It's like the whole severe aura and whatnot, it totally disappears, and she's actually quite happy to say, Alexandra, how nice to see you again. Like, totally cool.
Hello again. He says and just gives her a light hug on the back, and in his right hand he has this briefcase containing something. Who knows?
It's so different to see someone like Umbra actually being happy in another person's. Like, she actually has even a smile on her face.
And Alexander is very tall by now.
Well, yeah,
He's
Umbra barely
close
to his
to
nipple.
2 meters. He's close to 2 meters now.
I'll brush barely to his nipples.
Jeez. All right. We're gonna get a glimpse of Striker here.
So, what have happened here?
Cat people. Apparently,
Cat people.
because Mr. Sunshine was teaching, and the Hero Association was left undefended thanks to my good old mentor being gone. I was dealing with a medical conference. Do you understand? You do understand? It was night, and I was in last time. I was in the middle of Germany 15 minutes ago. So
He just rubs the bridge of his nose and just sighs heavily. Like, you can tell that he's just, oh, for fuck's sake.
at least
Yes,
the class
that
did
kind
well. I'm actually quite surprised. Clearly the training must be effective. I wonder if Rachel will actually allow me to do more practice on them.
No, she will not.
Jeez, I wonder.
Why not?
He just gives her this look like, seriously? You need to ask? This cold stare that only he can manage to pull off.
She just smiles sweetly at you.
You know, Keith is slowly sneaking up to Jack. This is creepy. Umbra is smiling.
Jack just nods, like, Saga nods. It's like, I saw her smile once. It was with my dad, and they were talking about, like, some criminal stuff, because, he was putting this bad guy into jail and all. And she was smiling then. It was, like, super creepy, and they just, like, huddled together, the two of them, like, you have no idea how fucking horrifying this is.
I'm just I just find it amusing that they don't know who he is, but then again, that he managed to make her look that way is just hilarious.
Yeah, indeed.
That
I'm
he
sure,
meant
I'm sure
to
Striker's
what?
gonna come back at one point properly.
Make
I would just wasn't
Umbra
prepared for it.
smile and act
Oh, right.
childish, so to speak.
Not even like childish, but an actual human being.
Yeah, you understand what I mean.
Very good. Very good. Let's round off the session in a nice way here. Because, hey, the sun is setting over the city. It actually took a while for everything to be sorted out. And, you lot have done great today. Tell me how you've grown. Let's start with Keith.
Jack believed in you.
Yeah, but Freya tagged him.
So the good and the bad.
You're part of her pack now.
She's claimed you.
Oh god, I'm gonna totally know which advancement I'm gonna take.
What? Mind telling us?
I'm gonna take the bull's heart, and Freya's gonna be the rival.
That's cute.
What?
The bull's heart is a key move of the bull, but other classes can pick it up too. Some of them.
Yeah, they know I can. Let me see. But how did he grow?
If you want to need more time, then we can go with others first.
Yeah, I'm gonna take some more time.
Eos, how did you grow?
Let's see. I think more into his own image. Maybe. Or, no, a bit closer to the team and give Jack some influence.
And why
Because
do
you
you
seem to trust him.
Nice. Return the favor, return the trust. Sure. Jack,
And
you
I'm
get
gonna mark
influence over Chaos.
potential. So that gives me full potential. More mutations!
Good. Freya, how did you grow?
She grew into her own image, feeling the cold metal on her hand as she covers her eye till she can get her cloth patch back. She feels very much like a freak and nothing at all like a normal mundane person.
Okay, what do you shift down when you shift freak?
Freak is up, mundane
Oh yeah,
is down.
right. Okay. Jack, how did you grow?
Hey, of course, Glucross is a team. What else you can do? Absolutely and totally closer to the team.
Well, you didn't get tagged.
No, but it's more of a case like he absolutely trusts his team. And he loves it that people are also independent. So, for example, Keith and Hayos working together and Freya being so independent, he's like, oh yes, this team is awesome!
Who made you
He
especially
loves
welcome?
his team.
Together.
Yeah, no, it's not even just that. It's I would actually say, funnily enough, Freya. Or Hayos. I'm not quite sure which one. I think actually Hayos, because Hayos actually trusted both Jack and Keith, even though, fire tornado around you. So, definitely Hayos.
Score. Now I have influence over everyone.
No, you don't have influence over Keith. You used that influence some days ago in the last session or something.
No.
Yes, you did.
No, he can. It's not always that you spend it up. It's only when you take advantage of your influence.
Yeah, he took advantage over it.
I thought he lost it because you were upset that he tried to kill them, so you took his.
No, he
over Keith and used
you can only have one influence over him at the time.
Yeah, you can only
Well,
have one
in any
influence.
case, let me just think, because yeah, I can mark potential as well, so I'll mark the potential. Also, I took an advancement.
Which one?
And I actually took Mary Contrary.
That's an interesting one to pick if someone wants to, pierce your mask. But yeah.
Yes, but it's not even just that, but because I already have taken one other. So, but I didn't want to take another from my own playbook because they're just a bit sucky at the moment.
Okay.
And I already have the 3 that I actually need. So I took the American Contrary. For you that don't know what it is, when someone tries to pierce your mask, comfort or support you or provoke you, you can interfere. Roll plus superior. On a hit, they take a -2 on the roll. On a 10+, you also take influence over them or clear a condition. On a miss, they get a 10+ no matter what they rolled, and you mark a condition of their choice. Assuming, of course, that I interfere.
High risk, high reward.
Extremely much so, yes. So that's why.
Yeah, Hyos, I'm looking at your character sheet here. You can only ever have influence once over a person. If you get it again, you immediately shift their labels, one up and one down.
Yeah, fair enough.
And I remember last time Keith took influence from you, so you should probably remove him there. For record keeping.
No, I took influence from Freya. He used influence to inflict a condition on me. That I still have.
Okay, so he still doesn't have influence over you anymore.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. Well, you'll get it back, I'm sure. Now, Keith, how did you grow?
Probably more into his own image. It's the one that fits the most. He's less mundane because mundane people does not fight so many cat people.
Yes, you
That's
are a
not-
crazy cat lady hero.
And then tweak up. Yeah. And now we all gonna have nightmares about Umbra's smile.
Gonna just be there in the darkness.
Yeah, like, be afraid. Be very, very afraid. Like, I think we should have fucking all rolled something just to make sure that we don't become afraid of this.
I don't
Make-
think Chaos. I don't
Take
think Chaos looked.
Take a powerful blow.
Yeah.
No, I do
One
not.
of-
I do not want to take a powerful blow. I have 4 conditions. I did.
Do it!
No, never.
Speaking of next session, there is a bit of an option here in terms of where we take the, not so much the story, but the focus of it. Do you want more training as a group, or do you want to focus on the chaos competition investigation?
Well, the group definitely need more training as a group.
Yeah. I honestly
Oh.
think that they should unleash Umbra on these guys.
Okay, what about Chaos and
No.
Freya? What is your thoughts on this? Because I know Freya is more for all about group action, but group training, how about that?
Is
I don't know. I personally have no preference. Freya likes to try and get things done, so working into the investigation would be something she would want to do. But she's also up for training, so she doesn't do well with group training.
So maybe she needs that especially then. Even though she as a character doesn't see the use in it. You know. Alright, here's 2 options we have for that. First of all, it would be a 2v2, randomly drawn. 2 people are the villain, 2 people are the heroes. And the other is each team against a teacher.
that's
Oh,
that's going to be fun. Each team against a teacher. Definitely, that's going to be fun.
I want to see who's
I
against
want to do
Umbra.
both.
I would not want to be the one fighting against Umbra.
I wanna
Yeah,
do
I
both.
agree. Mr. Sunshine is actually nice enough. Umbra's gonna be like,
And on the other hand, I do not want to fight against Mr. Sunshine.
yeah, neither do I. I think Rachel is the best option to fight against, to be honest.
Honestly,
She's the one
No.
going nicest on you.
I think just from the lineup of, teams, I would say that Rachel or Scarlet would be the best teacher to compete against Team Ace, because they have a lot of heavy hitters, and she is very physical. While Team Hope would really be able to unleash on Umbra, since she is good against their elemental attacks.
Hey, come on, immaterial here.
Exactly. They would have to figure something out on that one.
Well, you can still be freezed. You can freeze the immaterial. Somehow, if I remember correctly.
You can't freeze Shadow, sadly. Especially when the other person can teleport.
Yeah,
when
but
Number
of
was younger,
course-
sure, but it depends.
Here's the thing, it's not just going to be a head against head. There's going to be other ways of winning to make things more interesting, which I need to, of course, then think about.
And of course, the teachers need to have some limit on, because they will oil still, They wouldn't be
they're
allowed
about challenging you. Yeah, we're gonna see about all that. I need to figure out the details. I just wanted to know what we're gonna do next in terms of focus. Yeah. And Team C is gonna fight against Watchman Alpha.
Well, I know what Striker Alexander would be doing after he has talked with.
Do tell us, what would you be talking about?
After he's talked to Anna, he'd head to the bakery.
Okay. Right, yeah. Is Yvette there?
Yeah, she'd be doing her thing.
He'd basically first knock and then step in through the door. To basically check in on her, see how she's doing.
Why is he suddenly so kind?
Maybe it's called being an adult.
How have you been doing with it?
Just like baking things and taking names.
As it should be then. How's business?
Well, hopefully those cat boys won't be stealing from me anymore, and it'll be great.
I'm sure that it will. I mean, you do definitely the best pastries in this mall. Better part of town.
She'll give her a thumbs up, like, yeah, of course.
Did you know that Umbra showed up?
Well, I did see some young people. They probably are from the school. And she's teaching there, yeah?
That she is.
Well, she's actually
So
more
is
of a
Rachel.
nurse. Oh.
So is Rachel. The entire group together soon. I would just need to find Optrix again. Wherever he is. And Felix.
Get the gang back together.
Well,
Right,
obviously everyone needs to come to the pastry shop and eat.
Yeah, that they do. They need to try your pastries. They seriously do.
All right.
Some of our pastries are specifically crafted to look like Umbra's old costume and Scarlet's old costume.
Very subtle. Yeah, nobody's gonna suspect a thing. Sure, you know what? Hero-themed pastries are pretty popular in this city, I'm pretty sure.
There's a Mr. Sunshine pastry.
A sugar glazed smile.
It has like a little sun plastic ring in it for the kids.
Woo! Nice, I like it. That's awesome. Alright, yeah, I'm pretty excited about next session. I'm gonna have to think about sort of teacher stuff. What would really help me is if the players who play the teachers, which means Umbra
Yeah, sure.
and Scarlet, would give me sort of I wouldn't call it a move list, but ideas of how they would go about breaking the group.
Yeah, sure.
If you
Oh,
were
oh,
a
oh.
villain, how would you behave? Is what I'm asking.
Well, Umbra doesn't actually have to change much.
Great. Omnious GM laughter.
Well, no,
And
she
what
doesn't. I mean, the
necessity-
only thing she needs to do is, oh, less safety, more lethality. It's what I have wanted to do the whole time.
Fighting against Rachel as a villain. Oh, they are not gonna have a fun time.
It's fun, RPing.
Yeah, I really enjoy these as well.
Now find a way to break the group down.
Well, not
Yeah.
necessarily the group down, but how do you win? You know. against them.
Against them.
You know their abilities and their powers. Which is perhaps a very important lesson. Sometimes at one point, you're gonna come up against a villain who has you figured out. Who is prepared.
Wait, so we need to find a way to win against the group.
Yes.
But
of course, the ideal is that the group adapts and overcomes the challenge. But if you were to not think without dice rolls, think about their powers, think about what they like to do, and then outdo them. Or be prepared.
So Umbra would be so you would be like what? Scarlet would be against our main group.
Exactly,
Yes.
Team Ace.
I would be against the Hope
Team
group,
Hope,
which also
yeah.
has fucking Lisa in it.
Yes.
Ay. It's gonna be fucking shit, man.
Of course, it's not gonna be about just, you can, of course, if you win and beat the teacher, sure. But they're established heroes and they know their stuff. So there's probably some bonus objective that you have to grab and get out of there.
I mean, come on, we have a person who has gravity, a dog, stasis fields, the ice powers, and yay, let's explode fucking everything.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I'm not using anybody else against them except you.
Thanks a lot.
I mean, the striker could be a guest player.
Sure,
If
let me
asked
note that down.
nicely.
You could get Team Joseph. That would be fun.
That's against
Striker, get them.
it's against the teacher, and there's a reason why I choose the teams that way I did. So
be prepared.
Yes.
Yeah, I know why the reasons are that Rachel is actually somehow beatable at the end of the day. She kind of is, you know?
Who is?
Rachel.
Rachel.
Is she?
Yeah, I mean, if you think about it, we have fire, we have freaking wind, we have super strength.
Are you forgetting where her powers comes from?
I still have no clue what Freya even does.
That's mean.
she can survive a
She
fall from
gets
30
things
floor.
done.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, yeah, but, you know, I mean, you're super smart, you're super loyal and this kind of stuff, but I don't actually, as a Jack, I don't actually know what you actually do. So he's kind of super curious about that because he doesn't really know your superpower, what it really is. I'm really good at hiding your powers, once again.
You know what? I think part of that session needs to be the team figuring out a strategy.
Yeah. You know,
Together,
maybe
like,
get info-
once you know
maybe
your
get-
objectives, you need to figure out your strategy.
and maybe get information on your on the villain.
Yeah, you know what?
Well, Jack can always ask Umbra.
Yes, but that would be boring, wouldn't it? Not from bro.
Hey, you know, you gotta use all your available tools, and information is key as well, yes.
Yeah, I mean, definitely. Plus, we do have a hacker.
Who's Striker?
Well, the funny thing is that everyone knows stuff about each other. So, for example, Umbra knows quite a bit of Rachel. Rachel knows a lot about Striker, and Striker probably knows the most about Umbra. So it's like, well, depending on who you ask, you will actually
How much
receive
does
knowledge.
Rachel know about Striker?
She knows he's a cold-hearted bastard and doesn't really care about anything else.
In
No.
that case, I think Umbra actually knows more.
She knows that your power you rely on technology.
Yeah.
Well,
But
yeah,
not-
not just technology. Remember, he's also super smart. And he was very athletic. Like, he could probably beat all our current, like, guys just by his own natural body.
Peak human performance.
Yeah, exactly.
Ladies, this is what peak performance looks like. You may not like it.
Oh, no, Umbra, for example, she loves it.
Good.
I mean, 1-on-1, he won against her in a pure physical fight.
Oh yeah,
without
definitely.
shadows.
The funny thing is, she does have superhuman physique, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
So
That's
technically, you can't. Someone who's purely physical can't ever win against her, which is very, very funny. But who says, for example, that if you have, for example, super bright light, or you have a laser or something like that, do you honestly think that won't hurt her? Well, that kind of depends now, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, Striker's defense goes Umbra, suddenly light bomb.
I mean, teleporting is all useful and good, but if there are no shadows, can't teleport. No shadows, no powers. It's like, what the fuck, man? That's so unfair.
And Striker can achieve that with technology.
Yeah, but there's always a shadow, because she creates a shadow, so do you.
Hmm. Yeah. But yeah, best way to defeat Umbra, here, catch. And it's like, what the hell? And then suddenly, white flash.
Honestly, she's gotten a lot more stronger over the years. It's
Yeah.
also one of the mysteries. Where the fuck did her mentor go? Oops.
Yeah. We're gonna need to talk about that sort of behind the scenes. Just out of curiosity. I'm not curious as well.
Yeah, no.
Is he still around? Is he actually missing?
I see he's missing.
Okay, that's fair enough.
Did you think Umber's powers just randomly increased out of nowhere?
Huh.
That's just harsh.
Well, he was dying anyway.
Wow.
Was it that old?
Oh, believe me, it was donation.
Mm. Cough.
You can believe what you ever want from Umber, but she's actually did care a lot about her mental. A lot, mind you.
With a little Lobo, with a little bit of help of Keith.
Obviously, that's Lobo's hero costume.
Oh yeah.
So it was Lobo who stole his sunglasses.
Yes. Yes, it was.
Alright then, I'll drop the call here. See you all next week.
Yes.
Okay.
Take
Yeah.
care.
See ya, it was fun.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye bye.